Tyrese, it's always a pleasure to have some time with you. This is such a massive week, and we know you don't have too much spare time. What is about to go down over the next 48 hours? How would you describe this Duke-UNC rivalry and what this week entails?
A lot. I think, just the intensity, the energy. Obviously, campus is going to be going crazy next couple of days, and just the lead up to the games, the biggest it has been all year, and, I just can't wait for it.
What do you do differently? Because I imagine we come in here, there's stuff getting built. We're here, you have to do stuff like this. So it feels like it would be hard to get away from the distraction.
Yeah, I just try to do my best to minimize all of that. Obviously, you have to do certain things that, you might not do your normal routine and stuff, but, just trying to block out all of that and just really locking in on the one job that we have, and that's to win the game.
You've played one game here before in this rivalry. What stands out from playing here as opposed to on the road in the first 3 times you've done this?
Just the energy. It's just it's a different kind of energy. You can't really describe it unless you're sort of here playing in it or here watching. The Crazies are like a 6-man for us, and they do their part, and just allows us to do our part on court. And I think the main thing is just the energy and just the environment that you're playing in.
So you've only been here for 2 years. You've played in 3 of these games so far. Last year wins, this year a loss. It doesn't have to be from your career necessarily, but what would you say is your best memory or biggest memory from this Duke-UNC rivalry?
Yeah, I think it just goes past more than us and, our team this year. It goes all the players before us and stuff like that who have, held it down and played and done their part. So I think it's just a lot bigger than, just our team and individually me. And, winning the game is obviously really big. And this year, we have the chance to tie the ACC championship, so the regular season. So, that's just an add-on to it. But I think the main thing is just, playing for the people that, played in the past and just holding it down on the court.
So I think as there normally is, there's going to be a bunch of past players here, whether it's Jay Williams, Austin Rivers, Carlos Boozer. Do you feel any added pressure when you walk out there Saturday, in particular, given everything that's going to be on the line?
No, I don't think there's any added pressure. I think it's just more confidence for us. They're supporting. They've sort of played in the games before. You're going to have a little nerves here and there, but, once the ball goes up, it's just straight confidence, and you just got to trust all the work you put in. And, you're playing with guys that you work every day with. You've been through the summers. So there's all that trust and the bond there already. So there's nothing to really be nervous about. I think, we've got a good group, and we're just all really confident and ready to go.
I still remember when you said the first time you came here, you walked around campus and you were like, that's it, I'm going to come here and play here. You've been here nearly 2 seasons now. How would you describe the experience of playing basketball for Duke?
It's crazy. It's like no other. Just the environment, the family here. I think everything, all adds into one, and, you just feel like you're welcomed, all the time. And it's, definitely different to, schools that I hear about my friends going to and stuff like that. But, I've loved every moment of it, and it's been the best.
What is the life like? I think a lot of people, we see you play basketball, we know what you do when you play, but then there's everything else that's involved with going to class and being a student. What goes into fulfilling everything you need to do outside of basketball? Because it seems like it would be a pretty big challenge.
Yeah, just making sure you have good time management, obviously going to class, doing that part, and just having some free time for yourself as well. I think that's a big part, mentally, just, escaping some of, all the stuff going on, and, having your little time down. That's another part that I try and take care of myself, and, whether it's just hanging out with friends, playing the game or something, just taking your mind off everything that's going on, and obviously practices and getting up extras all the time. But, that's all it is for me.
So I know that you've spoke before about missing your family, you're close with your family. I'm not sure how many times they've had a chance to come out here, but I do believe they're coming this weekend. Is it special to have them out there on such a big game?
Yeah, it's great. Whenever they came up not too long ago around Christmas, and I got hurt around there, so they weren't able to watch that many games, but, I'm back healthy now, and, I think, they watched all on the TV, and they're nervous as hell, back home in Australia watching. And I think, it's going to be just such a great environment, different experience for them, and I think they'll love it.
Who gets more nervous then? You playing on Saturday night or mum in the crowd?
No, definitely mum.
What do you have the chance to do with those guys over this weekend? I know you've got to focus. You spoke about that. You've got to lock into the game. How do you make sure you get to enjoy time with them and then focus on the game?
Yeah, I'm obviously going to spend my time with them. They know how important the game is and what it can do for our team and stuff like that. And I'll definitely see them after the game and stuff like that. And they do a good job of just giving me my space before the game and letting me stay locked in. I'll obviously see them when they touch down tomorrow, but for the most part, it's just me getting ready for the game and then seeing them after.
What's the relationship with the dad from a basketball point of view? Do you seek out the feedback after games during the week? Do you get into that, or it's more away from basketball?
Yeah, it used to be a lot more on basketball related and stuff like that, but it sort of transitioned to more outside of basketball. Him just being there for me if I need it, and he's still going to be a dad and give me his advice and what he sees and stuff like that, being a point guard. But it's definitely transitioned to just being a father and just having those conversations.
So you've already described the fans here at Duke, but what about the other side? Because we know that they can be equally as crazy. You're in such close proximity. What happens when you bump into some UNC fans, maybe out in the street, at a store, going out for dinner?
Yeah, I mean, we try not to go down to Chapel Hill that much just because of all that stuff. But we see some people out here and then they might say something, but it's all love at the end of the day, and yeah, that's all I got.
What is your, and it might be from when you're playing now or what you knew before you even came here, what is your favourite memory of this rivalry, or something that comes to your mind?
I think beating them at UNC last year. I think that was a pretty special moment for us. We were sort of, on the rise then, and it was sort of, just the cherry on top for us at the moment. Just seeing everyone, obviously upset that they lost and stuff like that at UNC, but just all the work we put in throughout the season and to win that game was huge.
We've heard about the relationships you have with teammates on this team. How would you describe the chemistry of this team, and whether it's on the court or off the court? We know you went to see this movie last night, but how well does this group get along?
Yeah, I think we've gone along a lot better compared to the start of the year. Obviously getting the feel of everyone, go through summer, fall, and I think as the games have gone on, we've got a lot closer, a lot tighter, and it's helped us in our games. I think we trust one another completely on court, and we have respect and can hold each other accountable when we need to.
Do we have an official rating out of 10 for Kung Fu Panda 4?
I normally leave it up to Ryan. Ryan's normally the guy that rates them all, but out of 10, I'd give it a 7.5.
7.5. I don't think that's what you said before we started, but we'll 7.5. That's nice. Fair enough. Shout out to Kung Fu Panda. You have become, certainly from the outside for me, a leader for this team. Now, obviously, in your second year. Is that something that's come naturally to you? Do you need to work on that? And do you see yourself as a leader of this team?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last year, obviously I wasn't captain or anything like that, but I felt like, being a point guard for Duke, you sort of have to take that responsibility and take ownership for that. Obviously, transitioning into this year, I was, fortunate to be named captain with Jeremy and Ryan, and, that comes with a certain amount of, expectation. But from a leadership standpoint, being a point guard of the team, you sort of have to have it. You got to be vocal, you got to be connected with your coach on the court at all times, and I think that's just something that I sort of took on in the first year that I tried to improve and grow this year, and I think it's something that I've sort of had my whole life, just playing back home with Sutherland and stuff like that, and moving through the academy. So I think it's just something I had, and it's just come natural. And obviously, I'm working on it every day to become a better leader.
How do you think year two's gone? How would you describe it? Because I know you always have high standards for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously hasn't gone perfect. Hasn't gone exactly how I've liked, but the season's not over yet, and I'm still confident in myself and know how good I can play. Obviously, battled some injuries and stuff like that throughout the year, which set me back, but. For the most part, I've been pretty happy with how I've played, and I'm happy with where our team's at right now.
Now, keeping in mind we did speak to Jay, how patient would you say you are with some of those little setbacks you've had along the way? Because I imagine it has to be frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had an injury like that before where, I've been out of the court for that long. So it was definitely hard mentally and, obviously just wanting to be out there and play with my teammates and stuff like that. But, everyone here was, great, just making sure I was, attacking rehab every day and staying positive and it paid off and now I'm back playing.
Everyone from the outside like me talks about the NBA draft. I've asked you about it before. When you do get into year two now, how would you describe the pressure that either you feel or you try to work through and put to the back of your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I think just cutting out all distractions, like I said. Obviously, that's going to come. Social media is so big these days. You can get caught in all the mock drafts and stuff like that. But I feel like, I've got such a good circle and coaching group and just family and support. Just cut all that out and minimize as much as I can and just focus on just living in the present and being here at Duke and just taking every day in at a time and whatever happens next. But just trying to stay present as I can.
What goes into that decision then? Last year, I know you discussed with all the people that are important to you, can help you through that. What's it going to be this year after you've had another year of understanding where your game is at and what it's like at the college level?
Yeah, I mean, just whatever feels comfortable, whether that's coming back. Like I said, the season's not over yet, and I'm obviously going to have my conversations with the right people and the people I need to, and whatever happens next.
So I like your work on social media. So yeah, overnight I saw maybe you were catching up with some potential teammates next year. Now you could say that you just love Duke and you love all the guys that are going to play here. Or some people might say that means maybe you think you're going to be teammates next year. What should we read into that?
I mean, I played with Common in 2019, I want to say, with the NBA African team. So, playing with him then and then, just seeing him on the visit and stuff like that, loving it was really cool. And I actually didn't even know he was going to commit here until yesterday, and then we obviously were on the phone together, and it was a cool little moment. But yeah, I actually had no idea. I'm not gonna lie.
Did he ask you about what your experience was
Yeah,
like?
for sure. We spoke on our visit and stuff like that, and we were in contact as soon as he left, and I know he took a couple other visits to a couple different places, so obviously gave him his space and just let him enjoy it. But I'm just happy he committed here and he felt like it was the right place.
What would be your pitch for Duke? So, like I said, it's my first time here. I'm loving it after 2 hours. What would you tell someone if they came to you and said, "Hey, Tyrese, why would I play at Duke?"
I think just the community that they have here. The relationships that you build can go on for the rest of your life, and it's such a good place to get better, whether it's on the court, off the court. And I think it's just the support system and the system outside of basketball is a big thing itself. Within basketball, it's just the top of the top, and you can't really get much better than it.
One thing that I do see, Tyrese, when I watch the games at Duke is one or two or a number of Australian flags in the crowd. It makes sense. You're a popular man around here. What's the story with the Australian flag? What can you tell us? Because we know we're going to see this on the weekend.
I think it's the leaders of the crazies. I do know one. I know there's one fan that is Australian that I've spoken to a couple of times, and I know she has a flag sometimes. But I think for the most part, it's like the leaders of the Cameron crazies.
What's your expectation for this Saturday night then? I know we've spoken about the rivalry as a whole, but as you mentioned, ACC title potentially on the line. What do you expect from this game, and how's the team? You've been rolling since they beat you last time.
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is get out with a win. Just win at all costs, no matter if it's, we're playing bad, we're playing good. Like, we just need a win. You got to think of, everything outside of yourself and just stay locked into the moment. Just every possession at a time. They're such a fast-paced team. They can tire you out really quick, and just staying locked into our details and our habits is going to be a huge thing.
There's a whole bunch of Aussies in college basketball right now. There always is. Do you keep tabs on any of them? Do you speak to anyone? I know that you would have known a few of them through your journey.
Yeah, I keep in contact with Rain Smith at Charleston and Evan. I actually saw them. They played a game against Elon, I think it was. So they were able to come to the crib not too long ago. He's not Australian, but Ben Gold, he's at Marquette. So obviously him and just the academy guys like Joshua Juwana at Baylor and stuff like that. So it's just cool, just keeping in touch with those guys and just seeing their journey, along with mine.
Tyrese, there are so many options for young players these days trying to make that step up to the NBA, and they don't have to go the college path. Why would you tell someone that it is beneficial to come to school and play in an environment like this?
I mean, I think it's sort of individualized. For me, I felt like it was good for me just because of, I went on my visit and felt like it was home, but for other people it might be thinking, the NBL or the G League might get you closer to the draft, or everyone. I think it's just so individualized, and the reason I came here was just because of how special I thought it was. I thought it fit me perfectly, and just the relationships that I built so early with all the coaches and the people here.
Tyrese, you are a star. You always give so much time to us. We really appreciate it. We mentioned it off the top, but this is a crazy week for you this week. There's so many things going on outside. We can't wait for the game. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.